Hello YouTubers, my name is Tammy with Elevated Living Today, and I am back with yet another video. And today, this video is very special to me. This video is about leaving your comfort zone, okay? And in most situations, we don't even know that we've gotten so comfortable in a particular zone, because a comfort zone does not have to be limited to one area. It can be different areas. And because I did not want to forget information, I did write down some topics that I wanted to cover. Now, a comfort zone is a place, a particular area or situation that we've just accepted as the status quo and have decided that, okay, this is fine, this is comfortable, and I'm okay with that. So to break that barrier or leave that comfort, it's going to take a lot of courage, discipline, risks, to leave that comfort zone. And this is a story that I've heard told many a times that really resonated with me, about a comfort zone, being comfortable and being afraid to leave the comfort zone. And this particular story can also address a lot of different scenarios or topics per se. And this is the story about an elephant. I know you all have heard it, right? So an elephant, when it is a baby, what they usually do in a circus or when they're training an elephant, the baby elephant is to tie it to a little pole when it's a baby, chain it to a pole, and when it tries to leave that pole or get away, there is no success in leaving. So, and no matter how many times this baby elephant tries to get away from the pole, when it's tied to it, it just cannot leave. So after a while, from conditioning and programming and those first earlier attempts, this elephant has no idea as it grows, it gets stronger. And I mean, all these tons of pounds that this elephant weighs, even when it's an adult, it never attempts to leave that pole because it's been conditioned at an early age that it just can't get away no matter how hard he pulls and tries, and not knowing once he's reached adulthood, he's one of the most powerful animals on the planet Earth. Okay, so that is actually a story that resonated with me as far as leaving your comfort zone, to let you know how if you don't try to leave your comfort zone, that you will definitely be stuck, not and feel stuck, not knowing that if you put forth effort and strategize and plan, you can actually leave your comfort zone. So this is, I don't want to make this video long. I want to try and keep it to a minimum, okay? So with this one, I just want to cover some ways. I want to be, open myself up to how I've left some comfort zone in my life. And maybe you all can resonate. I'm not saying for you to do this, but I just want to give you some examples of leaving your comfort zone and what I feel like are examples and how I've left my comfort zone in the past and continue, because I know with I'm going to go ahead and get into it and I'll discuss that later. But one of my comfort zones is that let's see, caring what others think, caring about what others think. And I had to leave that comfort zone. That comfort zone kept me in so much of prison for so many years that it was painful. And this comfort zone, I believe, is a zone that's familiar with a lot of people. But now, today, I can truly say I could care less of what other people think, okay? So, and I thank God for that maturity and that growth, because when you leave your comfort zone, that's exactly that is exactly what happens. You grow, okay? So, this is another way that I left my comfort zone. I actually started out working. I don't know if I want to give you all a little bit of my background. I don't want to go back too far, but I'm going to start here. Anyways, my very first job, I was working in a factory and doing assembly work. And I was working this assembly job, and after a while, the business was getting ready to change its hours, and I would have to get up. I was already getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, so this means I would probably have to get up at 2 o'clock to get my children ready and get myself to work on time. So when they announced, thank God they gave us an advance notice before this actually took effect. So I prepared myself. I actually started looking into other jobs because I knew how to do a little office work. So what I did was I went and applied for a job actually at a temporary service. This was during the time when temporary services had just started, just come out, you know. So I went to this temporary service, and they told me that I really wasn't skilled enough to be sent out on a job. So I still went in there and, you know, was asking her what I needed to do. And so this lady, who was very nice, they said they had a program that could prepare me to get me ready to be sent out on a job. So that's what I did. I went there every day after I got off work for whatever time I could, and I did whatever they asked me to do as far as the programs that they had and the test. And I worked, and I did typing test, and I even practiced that at home on a computer that I bought. I purchased a computer, and that is something that I did as well. So to make the long story short, I built myself up to a point where I could go out and be sent out on assignments. So I went out on these assignments, and I was working these office jobs, and one of the jobs liked me and hired me permanently. So I got on permanently, and I was very impressed. And then that's when I started taking my college classes to go higher and higher. But anyways, if I had never decided that I would take a risk or do something to get out of that comfort zone of doing assembly work today, I would still think that assembly work is all that I could do. Okay, so that is another example. And another thing of getting, one of my biggest comfort zones is leaving from Florida. The first place that I left Florida and went to, I stayed in Alabama for a year. And from there, my plan was to move to Georgia, to Atlanta. But what I did was I went back to Florida, and then for a year, due to certain a family situation. And then I decided, I knew I wasn't going to stay. So when my lease was up, I took another chance or risk of coming to Atlanta, Georgia again. And mind you, I don't know anybody in Atlanta, Georgia. So that's very risky for me. People want to make it even their move comfortable. I don't know anyone here. And once this pandemic thing tends to settle a little, I will start doing more networking and getting to know more people here, and get out more, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm so looking forward to that. But anyways, you guys, that was a big move for me, and moving out of my comfort zone. And I have been, if you watch my move from Florida to Atlanta video, I'll go into a little bit more detail on that, but I just felt the need or this urge to move, to leave. And I just did not feel like I belonged in Florida anymore. I actually felt like I did not belong there. So it's like my soul just could not rest. And here, since I've moved to Atlanta, you guys, I'm at peace. And as much as I love the beach, and I used to be to the beach at least 3 days a week in Florida, you know, when it was beach season. And I don't miss the beach. And I always just called it my happy place when I was in Florida, but I just love it here. And to me, I know this sounds corny, but to me, even the air is fresher. I just love it here in Atlanta. So anyway, that's another example of me getting out of my comfort zone and me moving and leaving my comfort zone. Mind you, my life is better than it has ever been. I just want to say that because I thought that I was going to lose a lot of my clients when the pandemic hit. But lo and behold, thank God, I'm still smooth sailing. Amen. Thank God. Okay, so, and another example of leaving your comfort zone is I have had to leave a toxic relationship. And not just one toxic relationship, toxic relationship between me and my significant other, my male companion, and also toxic relationships with friends. When these relationships get to a point where they're no longer serving you, and when I say no longer serving you, they're tearing you down spiritually. You don't feel enthused or encouraged or excited about life, and you feel like you're dwindling, or you just don't even feel like getting up in the morning, having a reason to get up in the morning, and you just don't feel like just being a go-getter to get up and just face the day and pursue your goals and your dreams. That is how you should really feel. And once that's a whole nother video, but that's why I like fasting, praying, and meditating, because when you fast and you pray and you meditate, a lot of low-key negativity is exposed, whether it be, no matter what it be, it is exposed, and I am a living witness to that. Okay, so yes, I do promote fasting, and because the Bible says not only if you fast, but when you fast, and some come out only by prayer and fasting, because there are even some things and hang-ups that we are not even aware of and are not exposed until we fast. Okay, so leaving a toxic relationships, I'll make that a plural, more than one. Okay, and due to that, I have learned how to connect and have more genuine connections, you know, connections that are more beneficial to me and my life, and not toxic, because your life really should feel good. Don't be deceived and let anyone fool you or deceive you and think that your life should not, but it should. And the people that you are around, when you are around them and when you leave from around them, you should not always feel drained, empty, discouraged, depressed. No, you need to check and evaluate that connection or those connections and make sure that it's really not a toxic relationship that you need to cut ties with. Okay, so that's another way. And this is my number one. I'm trying to keep this video to a minimum, so I might make this the last one. I will. But my major comfort zone was, I used to be terribly shy. I used to be so freaking shy. It was painful. It was just that painful. It was painful, you guys. You hear me? And I used to be so shy, worrying about what people think. I remember just so having such complexities and such insecurities. And I just thank God how, me really getting into prayer and meditation and fasting has done a complete turnaround, okay? And I am so thankful to that. God has truly been good to me. The fact that I am making this YouTube video is out of my comfort zone, because I am the person who would usually work in the background. I worked for the county government for many years, and I did administrative work, and that was in the background. And I worked for this church for about 6 years, excuse me, and I did a lot of that work in the background. And I looked at that, when I look back, as God preparing me for what I do now. And do it quite well. I thank God for leading me where I'm able to help people with my life coaching practice or business. I am just so grateful. But that was, oh my, I was afraid to get in front of people to speak, and just to speak to people one-on-one and look them in their eyes. Tell me, how crazy is that? But I was just that shy, and I'm just so thankful that the journey I've gone over through the years, how the Most High God, through prayer and meditation, has taught me how to love myself, how to love me. And even though I love to dress up and put on my weave and everything, I'll do a video. I've learned how to love my natural self, and my natural hair is short and it's curly. But I love to, and I think I'm beautiful that way. Don't get it twisted, absolutely. But I do love to switch it up and love to change, and I do like dressing up like this. Yes, I do. And but I used to be terribly shy, so it's like sister has come all the way out. Yes, that girl, she's out. Where is she? Where is she? But she's in there somewhere. I always love on her, that little girl, that little shy girl. I do. She was so terribly shy, but thank God now. I'm not in that. I've broken away from that pole that used to hold me, because actually that kept me from going to college, because I was too shy to go around people and to speak. You know how you have to get up and make presentations in front of your class. And when I did start taking my college classes and making those presentations, oh my God, you guys, the grades and the compliments that I would get from how well I did, and then start getting up and speaking in church and speaking in front of people. That was so out of my comfort zone. But then it got to a point that it was so comfortable, like it was where I was supposed to be. But anyways, let me make sure that is everything that I have here to cover. Yes, so that's it. So you guys, those are some ways that you can, or how I've gotten out of my comfort zones. And and if you have any questions or any suggestion on videos that you would like for me to do, please post it, your comments or whatever, down in the comment section, or even email me at elevatedlivingtoday@gmail.com, and I will gladly do those for you. But getting out of your comfort zone will cause you to experience a more elevated living today. And I am a living witness. And you guys, like always, I am wishing you love, joy, peace, and happiness. I love you guys so much, and thank you for keep returning to my channel, viewing and watching these lovely videos. And I see you 100,000 subscribers out there. Like, and subscribe and hit that bell, ding ding, so you can be alerted when all of my new videos come up, okay? And I thank you guys. I love you so much. Bye now.